This video is presented to you by Community Service Class of University Kuala Lumpur British Malaysian Institute.
My name is Nurul Nasrah Binti Mayudi. I am a student of Community Service Class of UniKL BMI, and today I'm going to talk about child abuse.
Child abuse is a topic that is rarely discussed by our society, but it is a vitally important topic.
There are 4 types of child abuse, which is physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, and neglect.
Globally, in 2014, over 1 billion children aged 2 to 17 experienced all sorts of abuse and neglect. Child abuse can occur in school, childcare center, camp, and many more. But the worst part is, most child abuse happen at home, as 91% of child abuse perpetrators are parents. In this video, we are going to focus on child abuse that are done by parents and relatives.
The most common abuse, especially in Malaysia, is physical abuse. Physical abuse involves any harmful activities that can cause the child to feel pain,
like kicking, throwing, slapping, hitting, and choking. This commonly happens when parents lash out their anger to their child, which causes the child to constantly walk on eggshells because they never know what is going to set their parents off. Parents often use fear to control their child's behavior. However, what the child learns is how to avoid being hit, not how to behave or grow as an individual. Parents need to distinguish between fear and respect. This could cause the child to be socially incapable because of the fear. It can also affect the child's physical and mental health.
The second form of abuse is sexual abuse. Sexual abuse on child is a taboo topic among us Malaysians, but this thing in fact is happening around us, and it can be both by touching and non-touching behavior.
Sometimes, the abuse is disguised as a game since kids are curious, and very often, abuser is a close family member or the person whom the child trusts. Most common long-term impact of sexual child abuse is post-traumatic disorder or PTSD. The victim often has intense, disturbing thoughts and feelings related to their experience that last long after the traumatic event has ended.
Psychological abuse is an abuse that is hardly detectable.
This type of abuse is often done verbally. While some people might say that word could never hurt them, word can surely hurt a person, especially when you are very young. Harsh word from someone who are close to the child has even greater ability to hurt. Common type of psychological abuse that has been taken for granted is shaming. This causes the child to develop insecurities and contribute to personality disorder and alter the development of the child's brain. The victim will have trust issue in their future, and it will be hard for them to get close to anyone.
Next is neglect. Neglect comes in many forms.
Not providing a child with proper emotional and physical needs can harm the child in many ways. Neglect of security needs such as food and proper shelter can also cause damage to the child's physical health.
Some child doesn't know that they are abused, so we as an adult have to be more aware of our surrounding. Therefore, we can detect even the tiniest SOS sign from the children.
It is indeed very difficult to overcome and let go of something that has been with you for a long time, so that healing process might consume longer time. The best option is to seek for professional advice. It is hard to open up because as a culture, we don't want to talk about the underlying trauma. Trust me, silence breeds violence.
Throughout the healing process, you might undergo 5 stages of grief.
First, denial. The victim will avoid any topics or events that have anything to do with their traumatic past and will be in a state of confused, shocked, and fear. Second is anger. It is okay to be frustrated over those bad things that have occurred. It is not your fault. Third, depression. Victim will feel overwhelmed and helpless at this stage. It will be good if person around them could morally support them. Next, bargaining. This is the stage where the victim will willingly tell their story and reach out to others. And the last stage is acceptance. This is the final part where the victim will find clarity to move on and to start a new chapter of their life.
As a person in general, we must be aware of our surroundings in order to detect any sign of child abuse.
Some signs could be obvious, like bruises, but some could be difficult to recognize. In order to help these victims, we must give our full support to them. When a child tells you about bad things that happen or have been done to them, we must listen. Listen to them, believe them, because often victims are afraid to tell anyone about what happened to them because they won't believe them. Provide them with moral support and give them all the spaces they need. If you are abused or know someone who is abused, report it immediately. Dial 15999. It only takes a phone call to save a children's life and future.
That is all from me. Stop child abuse. Thank you.